and clap. So, welcome to this special segment of my Halloween episode of Unsigned518. I teased this a few weeks ago. I'm here with Nick Kosser of Gozer, and we are standing on the beach where Sleepaway Camp was filmed, the 1983 slasher movie, actually right to my left. And if you're listening to this, you can see it on YouTube. You can go, we're going to put it on YouTube, and you can go check it out over there. But anyway, to my left is where, what was it? Was it Ricky?
Not Ricky. I think it became Kevin. I think it was Kevin.
Kevin? Oh, well, whatever. Where the
big fans of the movie.
In Sleep, I mean, I've watched it a couple times. Where he gets killed under the canoe. Oh, by the way, fucking huge spoilers throughout this entire thing. Where the kid gets killed under the canoe, and then the next day they find him underneath the canoe, like partially decomposed on the beach. Well, like right here, about 10 feet to my left is where that dead, decomposed body is. And another thing, before we get started, I do want to note, if anybody is thinking of coming here and doing this, do not do that, because this is private land, and I have expressed written consent from the owner to be here doing this. So if you do not have expressed written consent from the owner, don't come here, because it is called trespassing and it is super illegal. But Nick, before we get started, you said you watched a movie very recently. We were talking about it on the ride over. What are your, I guess, overarching thoughts of the 1983 slasher classic Sleepaway Camp?
I think it is a disaster piece. One of those ones that fits in the category of it's so bad it's good. Objectively looking at the dialogue on paper, you're like, no, come on, you're not gonna say that, are you? But somehow they just, like, when it's all put together, it works. It's comical, and the rewatchability, I think, as you said in the car, is very high.
The rewatchability is high, and I think it's because, like, the acting itself is not, there's hardly any flat acting, and like that's what like kills it in a lot of like lower budget horror movies is some of the flat acting like takes you out of it. Like this, almost every performance is like up and over where like it should be, which is why it makes it so rewatchable. So I want to, starting at the beginning of the movie, so in the opening scene, and again, spoilers fucking throughout the episode, but the opening scene where there's the boat crash, that actually was not on this water.
Okay.
That was Lake Luzerne that they filmed that. So not the entire thing wasn't filmed here. And then we talked about the exterior shots, and the interiors of the aunt's house was in South Glens Falls, and then here. Oh, and we're in Argyle, by the way. But again, don't come here unless you have permission, because you'll get shot. We might get shot. I mean, who knows, But it's what keep. Oh shit! Or I might just like dump my equipment into the lovely lake. Well, yeah. So there's shots in Glens Falls. Some people will notice it has the ambulance that comes when the chef gets the oil on him. When the ambulance rolls up, it's the Fort Edward ambulance.
Hudson Falls, Fort Edward on the top, Hudson Falls on the bottom. Yep.
So like they were like leaning right into it. And then another thing I was saying that you didn't realize is that James Earl Jones, the Darth Vader himself, who recently passed, his father plays the cook in Sleepaway Camp. And if you watch Sleepaway Camp and you pay attention to the cook, he sounds like, I mean, you may not notice it like not knowing it, but now that you know it, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's definitely James Earl Jones' dad, because he sounds exactly like him. And his name is something like, I can't remember what it was, like, Patrick Earl Jones or something, right. But it was an Earl Jones last name. So James Earl Jones' dad filmed on this location. And you know, and I'm sorry if I'm doing all the
No,
talking
you're good. You're
right
good,
now.
man. You're good.
I knew this was going to happen, but as we look around, none of the buildings that, like, because there were, it was Camp Algonquin is what it was called back in the day, and actually the director of the film went to Camp Algonquin when he was a kid, and that's, like, you know, why he, like, filmed here. It was Camp Arawak in the movie or whatever, but so none of the cabins exist. Like, there is, you know, a structure up there, but that's a new structure, and then, you know, here or whatever, but none of the cabins exist. But they were all, and we'll, if you're listening, go over to YouTube, because me and Nick are going to do a little bit of a walking tour in a little bit and check some shit out, but that'll just be on YouTube. And if you're watching, cool, stick around. But yeah, so over on that hill is where the cabins were, but you know, there's still the tennis courts and the overgrown baseball field is still there. But yeah, so we're here as the sun's going down, which is perfect, and it's going to make some really, really solid footage. But yeah, so Sleepaway Camp was a direct ripoff of Friday the 13th, which was a direct ripoff of
Burning?
Nope. Halloween.
Oh, God. All right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
not a direct ripoff story-wise.
I'll be
but
in the
like,
car.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But Sean S. Cunningham basically was like, hey, you know, did you hear about that movie Johnny Carpenter made? I don't know if he called him Johnny, but I imagine there was a lot. It was the 70s. There was finger guns, a lot of cocaine.
Johnny,
But yeah, but
Johnny C.
you know, hey, he made a lot of money with it. Let's make our own, and that's how Friday the 13th came about. And then Sleepaway Camp was like, hey, they made a slasher movie in a camp. Let's make one of those.
Yeah,
and that's how this got.
Camp slasher movies are hot right now. Let's double down on that.
Yeah, 1983, they were very hot. I think they were on Friday the 13th Part 3? Yeah, 3.
Yeah,
3
yeah,
was.
by then.
No, actually, no, 3 was 82, because 4 was 84. And there's a. Yeah, because it
They were
was.
cranking those out back then.
Yeah, it was 80, 81, 82, and 84. The first
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
I was just thinking about the Jones household, you know. So Sleepaway Camp came out in '83,
Correct.
and they for sure had the first Star Wars done by then. They probably Empire Strikes Back wasn't done yet.
Wait, what are you talking about?
When did Empire come out?
Empire came out in 1980.
Okay, all right.
And
So
Return of the Jedi was
Even-
82.
even
So like
better.
the Star Wars fucking saga was wrapped up.
Hear me out.
Actually, the summer at the end of the summer when they filmed, because they filmed summer of 80 or end of the summer 82 around now, because you'll notice if you watch Sleepaway Camp, it's fucking fall and not summer. Like if you look around, like it's fall. But so Return of the Jedi was probably still in theaters when they were filming.
okay, so even better. So that's like
Yeah.
peak time, right? I can picture the Jones household, you know, like the dad. You know, James, I'm a bit of an actor myself. I don't know if you've seen Sleepaway Camp.
I was in this little film called I don't know. I can't do a James Earl Jones accent, but like or voice.
It sounds like you're
I was in there. Yeah.
kind of Fat Albert right now.
Yeah, totally. But like, is that right?
I was in Sleepaway Camp.
I don't do voices. I don't know. You know, the only voice that I do is I do a killer Hank Hill. You know, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it here. But if you see me in public, ask me to do a Hank Hill. But anyway, as the sun literally, since we've been talking, has now dipped behind the mountains, so we should probably wrap it up and get on our walking tour. Should we play? We should play the Gozer song that we played on last year's Halloween special, unless you have one that's more spooky and monstery and Halloween related.
No, I hadn't even planned to have one of ours on, so thank you.
Fuck
That
yeah.
works. All right, thank you.
All right, sweet. Well, we're gonna wrap it up and go on our walking tour again. Go over to YouTube, it's just at Unsigned518, and watch me and Nick patrol the grounds of Sleepaway Camp as people are winterizing the RV. They're winterizing the RV as we speak. But we're gonna walk around. They don't seem to mind.